guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Allie, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of fall decor styling on my console table in my entryway. These ideas that I'm bringing you today aren't just for an entryway console table. You can also use them for a coffee table or maybe a sideboard or a dresser. You can even take some of these ideas and use them to style places like your kitchen island. I like to really explain why I'm doing things as I go. So not just showing you, but also telling you, sharing with you why I think certain things work well, and of course, giving you all my tips along the way. I'm also going to be showing you a couple of different types of styles. So whether your look is a little bit more minimalist or whether you like to build on that and have a more layered look, you're going to have options. And while my home aesthetic definitely leans more neutral, don't worry, I'm going to be bringing in all of those beautiful fall colors that we all love to surround ourselves with to make our homes feel cozy and warm and inviting for the season of fall. If you like videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you get notified every time I upload a new video, and give this video a thumbs up, drop me a comment, let me know what you think. I love reading your comments. Honestly, it's really just a joy to me to be able to do this. So reading your comments, hearing your thoughts means a lot to me, and I really appreciate it. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I'm beginning with the foundation, which is my black console table, my smoke glassed mirror, and a lamp. Now, as you can see, I only have about a foot of distance in depth to decorate with, so it's really not a large surface. And sometimes I like working with a smaller surface. I feel like you can get really creative. And I have my lamp on the left that I purchased from Amazon, and I really like the mercury glass and that bronze feature against the dark wood. So to start out, I'm going to begin with this vase that I found at HomeGoods, and I linked a couple of very similar options for you. I linked everything that I could in my description, by the way, and if I couldn't find the exact, I linked a very similar option. So this is a textured piece. I really love the colors in it, and I'm bringing in a single stem. This is the Semicifuga stem from A Floral, and this stem is just so natural. It has a ton of movement. If you saw my last video, I used the garland in the Semicifuga, and I like to sometimes just add a single stem in a vase like this because I think it's very minimalist and understated in a really elegant way, and the pop of color is gorgeous for fall. I'm adding in a couple of coffee table books right now, and I'm going to set this little pumpkin on top of it. I found this adorable pumpkin at Target. It's recycled aluminum, and I really like that gold brass look that it brings to my entryway. And now, continuing with that brassy kind of color that I think is so perfect for fall, I'm adding in this antique brass dual taper candle holder. This is from At Home, and I'm just going to add in some battery operated taper candles, and I think that it complements the brass pumpkin really nicely, and it just adds a nice warm flicker of light, again in a very elegant, simple way. Now I'm going in with these two fall eucalyptus picks, and I'm just going to crisscross them, and you'll see that on top of them I'm going to set that white fairy tale pumpkin that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. I also found some great options, by the way, at places like TJ Maxx and HomeGoods. But I like to do this because it gives it a nice soft feel, more of a lived-in feel, and it adds a little bit of softness and texture in between the pumpkin and the console table, which I think is really pretty and festive. To complete this look, I'm adding in two of these simple baskets. I think this warms things up really nicely. It makes it nice and cozy, especially with the blanket that I just added to one of the baskets. Overall, I think this minimalist, very simple look is perfect to invite in the season of fall. Now on to look number 2. I'm reusing that same vase. I'm just moving it into the center of the console table this time. And instead of using stems that stick upright out of the vase, I picked up these two cascading stems. Now I found them at Hobby Lobby, and they curiously were not in the fall section, but even when I brought them to the register, we couldn't believe how much they look like fall because the leaves in them look like they're changing over from that deep green to a more yellow fall tone. And to the right of it, I'm placing this gorgeous candelabra. If you guys follow my LTK shop, I'll put the link below. You know that I put out a video just specifically for this piece because it is so beautiful and it's so elegant looking and luxury looking, and it was only $49 from At Home. I could not believe I found it there. So I love the way it's looking already next to that cascading piece in the vase, and I'm just going to add a little bit of those cascading florals over it to give it kind of more natural, sort of grown in feel. And now I'm reusing those coffee table books. This time I'm standing them upright next to that lamp there to just soften things up, and I'm going in with that fairy tale pumpkin again. And now to give it more of that sort of pumpkin patch, festive kind of feel and add a punch of that orange color, I'm adding in these two picks that are perfect for fall right underneath that pumpkin. I think that when you do something like this, you add some more contrast in between the pumpkin and the console table and just really soften things up rather than placing it directly on the console and having two hard surfaces. Breaking it up with another textural element like these leaves is the perfect way to invite fall. I'm adding regular real taper candles to this piece. I think that the piece is just so elegant, and if I'm going to occasionally light it, I'm fine with using real candles for this. I might swap them out here and there for the battery operated just because I love the look of them lit. You can see how stunning it is when you add a flicker of light and how much taller it makes the piece. That is why I went with the cascading florals next to it rather than large stems that are going to add more height, because I have height right here with that taper candle holder and I didn't want things to feel too busy or too heavy, so this to me was perfect. Now I could have left it as is, but I went ahead and added that small pedestal with that recycled aluminum brass pumpkin, and I think that the brass from the pumpkin really ties in with the taper candle holder and just adds that finishing touch. Now it feels complete to me. On to look number 3. This time I'm adding in this beautiful, elegant framed print that I found at Hobby Lobby. I like that it's just classic. I love the sketch look and I love the wood border around it. Now this, you guys, is a vintage mortar. I think it's such a cool piece. I picked it up at my local thrift shop, but I found, believe it or not, a very similar option for you on Etsy, which I linked in my description. Into that vintage mortar, I'm adding these really pretty gilded acorns. And I wanted to show you that although Hobby Lobby is sold out, or at least certain ones are sold out online, I found that similar option for you guys at TJ Maxx, so definitely check there. I'm placing a jug vase with those gorgeous fall blackberry stems, and I'm finishing the look with these two gilded fall fern picks. I think that they just add a really nice texture and they tie into that gilded look from the top of the acorns and also the bronze taper candle holder. This feels like a very monochromatic look. It's definitely more muted, but I think the simplicity of it works well with those punches of bronze. For look number 4, I'm starting off with these two aged vases. Now this was a DIY. These vases were actually glass, believe it or not, and I did the DIY tutorial. I linked it for you below. So I'm adding those to the right to give that side of the console a little bit more weight, and I'm going in with these large acorn stems. These are from Hobby Lobby and I am obsessed with them. I think that they're such high quality. They make such a statement. They're so beautiful. And while I think that they are sold out online, your stores may have them, and I also linked a similar option for you in the description. This right here is one of my favorite pieces of the season, hands down. It is a glass taper candle hurricane. I've never seen anything like it, and it's so simple. You can really dress this piece up in so many different ways, and I like that it'll transition from season to season. So I'm just adding a simple battery operated taper candle, and I could leave it as is, but instead I'm adding some more texture with these acorns. I think those tie in really nicely considering I have those very large acorn stems right next to it. And I think that this just punches it up for fall and gives it a really nice seasonal look. I'm adding in some more coffee table books for a little bit of texture. These have really pretty colors on the books and they're nice and neutral. And then to finish it off, I'm just popping that same pumpkin in. I like to show you guys how you can use the same item in different ways to show that you really don't have to spend money on a ton of objects. Just placing them in different areas can change up the feel of your console table and just make things feel refreshed and cozy for the season. For this next look, I went ahead and removed one of the stems, so now it's less of a statement, but still very pretty. So I have that one large oak stem in one of the vases, and I'm leaving the other one empty. I'm adding in this white wooden distressed tray, and then I'm using that hurricane taper candle holder with the acorns in it, and just placing it there inside the tray. And now I'm adding in that star pod. I love this star pod. I think it's such a natural, pretty way to bring in the season of fall. It's got that grounding color, that neutral tone. I love the texture, and it just takes up the space in a really pretty way. Underneath that star pod, I'm adding in 2 of those picks, those fall eucalyptus picks, and finishing off the look with another one of those bronze acorns. I love those wooden acorns with the gilded look on the top. I think it just adds really such a nice, pretty shimmer, and they're just perfect for the season of fall. 2 more of those coffee table books, again, to just break things up, soften things up in between that Mercury glass lamp and the other seasonal items. Especially love those large acorn stems to the right. I think that they invite the season of fall in so well. I love the beauty in the colors of the changing leaves, and I really think that they complement those orange acorns in the hurricane vase so nicely. On to look number 6. I'm going in with this distressed white vase, just placing it over on the right. And these are some stems that I think are really nice for fall, especially transitioning into fall. They're very sparse and they're very light green, so they have almost that ashy kind of look. I'm just adding those into that large vase. And then these are pumpkins that I DIY'd a couple of weeks ago. I'll link that DIY for you below. It's easier than you think to transform old pumpkins, and I wanted them to look like the Pottery Barn dupe with those gold tops, and I just love how they came out. I think that they add such a nice pop of color and fall to my entryway. So I'm tucking in those eucalyptus fall picks just to add more seasonal touches, and again, just to soften things up, make things feel cozy for fall. And I am just loving how they look on top of the black console table. I think that the black, again, is just such a nice way to ground things and just make them look really pretty no matter what season you're in. I'm going to finish the look with that dual taper candle holder for a nice flicker of warm light. All right, you guys, so that's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it really gave you a lot of great ideas for decorating your home for fall, whether that be a console table, coffee table, kitchen island, you name it. Hopefully I gave you a lot to pick and choose from. Tell me in the comments also which look was your favorite, or maybe if you had a favorite item. I love hearing what you guys think, so definitely let me know. And again, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel if you like this video, so you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you like videos like this, leave a thumbs up for me and drop me a comment. Again, that helps not only my channel, but also helps YouTube to know what kind of videos you guys like, so that you'll be able to see more videos like this. I appreciate you guys being here so much, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.